Alright, what's going on, guys? This is Joseph Conlon here on the Big Fight Field channel, coming to you today with your NFL Week 11 predictions on Tuesday, November 17th, 2020. Today, we're going to preview Week 11 of the NFL season. Coming off, for me personally, was the best week of the NFL season. Week 10. Miami Dolphins won. Buffalo Bills lost. Both my fantasy teams won this week and are looking good going into the playoffs for fantasy. So I could possibly win a fantasy season for a second year in a row, which I would love to do. But today we're going to preview Week 11 of the NFL season. We got a lot of good games here. In a short amount of time, we got a lot to talk about, so I'm just going to get right to it. If you have not already, make sure you go check out my Dolphins reaction video from Sunday night, the win over the Chargers. And make sure you go check out last night's Raw review right here on the Big Fight Field channel. Let's get to it. Let's get to it, man. We got a lot to talk about in the Week 11 predictions in a short amount of time. So we're going to start it off with the Arizona Cardinals versus the Seattle Seahawks on Thursday Night Football. Coming off the last game, man. I thought their last game was the best game of the year so far. There's a lot of good games up there, but I would have to say their Sunday night game, Week 7, was the best Sunday Night Football game so far in the season. The Cardinals won that one in overtime. 37-34 in Arizona. This one's in Seattle. Arizona is in first place at 6-3, and Seattle's in third place at 6-3. And Seattle's problem usually is their defense. But last Sunday, the offense only scored 16 points and gave up only 16 points to Russell Wilson. So for this game, Arizona versus Seattle on Thursday Night Football, this is going to be a great game. I'm so excited for it. I'm going to go with Seattle Seahawks to win this game by a final score of 36-30 in overtime. And I think this is going to be another classic between two rivalry teams in Arizona and Seattle. Moving on to the Sunday games. We're going to start it off with the Tennessee Titans versus the Baltimore Ravens. Both teams are coming off big losses in national primetime games. Tennessee, they got blown out by the Colts on Thursday Night Football. Baltimore got upset by the New England Patriots in the pouring rain. And both are below the Miami Dolphins in the standings. And both are tied with the Miami Dolphins in the standings. And we got a lot of teams in the AFC at 6-3. So it's going to be very fun to see who makes the playoffs in these last 7 weeks. But this is a crucial game for both teams. Both teams need to win this game. And last year, when we did not expect it, Tennessee went into Baltimore in the divisional round game, and they outplayed them, and they outcoached them to win 28-12. Do I think the Tennessee Titans are going to go into Baltimore this year and defeat the Baltimore Ravens, even though last year's Baltimore Ravens team and last year's Lamar Jackson is better than this year's Lamar Jackson? No, I do not see it happening. I do not see Tennessee going to Baltimore twice in a row each year and winning both games. So I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens. It's going to be a very close game, and the final score it will be 27-20 for the Baltimore Ravens. And then we got the Detroit Lions versus the Carolina Panthers. Nothing much to say here. Teddy B is out with an injury. The Lions barely beat the Washington football team, and they're 4-5 in the standings. So with this one, if Teddy B doesn't play, which I don't think he's going to, P.J. Walker is going to be the starting quarterback. I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions to win this game, and they're going to be up at 500. So the Detroit Lions are still in the mix of the playoffs, in the hunt. I'm going with them to win this game 23-19 over the Carolina Panthers. And then we got the Philadelphia Trash Eagles. The Trash Eagles versus the Cleveland Browns. The Eagles, man. The Eagles had a bye week 9. They had 2 weeks. They had 2 weeks to prepare for the New York Giants. And they lost by double digits. They lost by double digits to the New York Giants. How embarrassing was that loss to the Giants on Sunday? You know, the Giants are only game back from the NFC East. They have a bye this week. If the Eagles lose, man, the Giants are a half game back from the division. They are seriously a half game back from the division. It's insane. It is absolutely insane. You got a Cleveland Browns team coming off a 10-7 win. The weather was terrible, and they only won 10-7. But this week, they're going up a Philadelphia Eagles team that just lost to the Giants off a bye. So I am confidently going to take the Cleveland Browns, even though they are tied in the standings with the Miami Dolphins. But if they beat the Eagles, I won't be mad. So I'm going with the Browns here, 35-26 at home. And then we got the New England Patriots versus the Houston Texans. You got a team that's won 2 straight on national primetime games, and you got a team that just lost to the Browns. The Browns are good, but this Houston Texans team has no direction going into the playoffs. So they are just fighting. They're just playing for pride right now for the rest of the season. And if the Patriots had lost this week, I was going to take the Houston Texans at home. But the Patriots are coming off a huge win on Sunday Night Football against the Ravens. So I just see myself I just can't see myself picking against the Patriots this week. So I am going with the Patriots on the road to get a road win in Houston, 20-17. And for all those Patriots fans saying that they are a threat in the AFC playoff picture still, there are a bunch of teams that are 6-3 right now. You guys are 4-5. You are in the back of the line. And while you might be in it for the long run, I still don't think you're a threat to the teams in the playoff picture right now. So let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, I would like to apologize to the Jacksonville Jaguars because last week, if you guys remember, I picked Green Bay to blow out this Jacksonville team, I believe 35-14. 35-13. That was the score, 35-13. And they almost went into Lambeau Field, one of the toughest places to play in the league, and it was very cold. And they almost got the win. They almost defeated the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field, and they only lost 24-20. So now Jacksonville's got a quarterback conversation for the future. Is it going to be Gardner Minshew, or is it going to be Jake Luton, who almost defeated the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay this week? But now they're playing the undefeated team. They are playing the Pittsburgh Steelers this week. I'm sure that place will have more Steelers fans than Jacksonville fans. And I'm going to be fair this week. I'm not going to predict a Jacksonville blowout after last week, but I do think it's going to be a 2-touchdown win for the Steelers. The Steelers will win this one by 2 touchdowns, and I'm going with a 31-17 win for the Steelers in Jacksonville, and the Steelers will continue their undefeated ways. And then you got the Atlanta Falcons going to New Orleans to face the Saints. without Drew Brees. And this is where things get interesting. Can you Saints fans, the Saints fans out there, if you're watching this, do you trust Jameis Winston to win you games? If I'm a Saints fan and I saw the way he was playing last year, I'm not that confident. I'm sorry, but I'm not that confident in Jameis Winston to win you guys games. So, I am going to pick the upset of the week. I am going to go with the, I believe, 3-6 Atlanta Falcons to go to Mercedes-Benz and defeat the New Orleans Saints and get this victory on the road, 19-16, in a low-scoring game, and the Falcons pull out the road victory and the upset of the week. And then to end off the 1 o'clock games, we got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Washington football team. Not much to say about this. I know the football team, they're mathematically still in the division, but a loss this week really hurt them, and I don't think they're in it anymore. And Cincinnati, they just got a better offense than the Redskins. Than Washington does. So I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals to get the road victory in Washington this week. 34-24 over the football team. Let's get to the 4 o'clock games real quick. New York Jets versus the Los Angeles Chargers. This game doesn't mean much at all. I'm going to pick the Chargers to win this game 27-14. And then we got my team. You guys see it right here. The Miami Football Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins will be going to Denver this week to play the Denver Broncos. Man, Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock is going to be super busy. I got the Miami Dolphins, the Dallas Cowboys, and Survivor Series. I'm going to be all over the place, man. I'm excited for Sunday as well. For the Dolphins. Not the Cowboys. And not Survivor Series. But the Miami Dolphins, man. I get excited every single week they play. They just came off a win against the Chargers. If you haven't checked that video out, you should go check that out. And I read a report last night that Drew Lock came he's not 100%. So, there's a chance we might not be playing Drew Lock on Sunday. And that doesn't say much because he didn't play that. He played horrible against the Las Vegas Raiders this past week. But for this game, Miami's going to keep it rolling, man. Miami's going to go to Denver. They're going to win this game. And you Bills fans, okay, take your bye. Take your bye. Take a week to rest. Forget about the loss. Forget about the Hopkins Hail Mary. Take your rest. But when you come back and you're playing the Los Angeles Chargers week 12, just know you're going to be tied for first place with the Miami Dolphins. Because there's no way that this Miami Dolphins football team is losing to the Denver Broncos this week. There's no way. It'll be a close game? Yes, it will be a close game. But the Miami Dolphins will get this victory in Denver this week. Tua Tagovailoa to go 4-0 in his career in the NFL with a 23-16 win over the Denver Broncos. And then we got the Green Bay Packers and the Indianapolis Colts. Aaron Rodgers, Phillip Rivers. I think this should be a pretty good game. This is probably going to be a shootout. Both teams will be in the 30s. Competitive the entire game. I'm still not a believer of the Colts, man. They're a defensive team in my opinion. Their offense doesn't scream out great or anything. Yeah, they got Phillip Rivers. He's the veteran quarterback. Yeah, they got Naheem Hines, who's good. They got Jonathan Taylor, but they got no receivers. And who's their tight end? Phillip Rivers has no one to throw to. And that's why their running backs get 20 to 15 carries a game. Each running back probably gets 10 carries at least. So this week, it's going to be close. I'm going with the Packers. I'm going with the Packers to get this one in Indianapolis. Probably be the best game of the week. And I'm going with a 33-31 win over the Colts for the Packers. And then we got my Dallas Cowboys, who are 2-7, against the red-hot Minnesota Vikings, who apparently they found the team they had last year to come back this year and save their season. Because they have saved their season, man. They were 1-5, and they clean sweeped their entire division in 3 weeks. They went to Lambeau and won. They faced the Lions and won. They went to Chicago on Monday Night Football last night and won. And now they're facing my Dallas Cowboys, who are basically just fighting for pride this year at 2-7. We are going to try to maintain the top 3 draft pick. I don't want to see this team make the playoffs. So we don't deserve to make the playoffs this year. And I don't think we're going to get out of this game with a victory at Minnesota. Minnesota is just playing too damn good right now. And I don't think they're going to lose to the goddamn Dallas Cowboys. I don't care if the starter is Andy Dalton, Ben DiNucci, Garrett Gilbert. From what I've heard, it sounds like it's going to be Andy Dalton, which is pretty stupid because Dalton played like garbage the 2 weeks he was there. Ben DiNucci didn't play great in Philly. I'd start Garrett Gilbert. I would really start Garrett Gilbert against the Minnesota Vikings, but they're not going to. It sounds like it's going back to Andy Dalton. So we'll have to see what happens. I'm going with the Vikings blowout win here, 24-7. And then we got, really quickly, the Sunday night game. Chiefs-Raiders. Again, I think this is going to be another game that's really high scoring. Offensive game, not a lot of defense. It'll come down to the wire. But the Chiefs are mad that the Raiders beat them at Arrowhead. So I'm going to say the Chiefs get their revenge in Las Vegas on Sunday Night Football with the final score of 38-30 over the Las Vegas Raiders. And then to end it off, what's a really good game on Monday night is the Los Angeles Rams and the Tampa Bay Bucks. Tom Brady coming off a 46-23 win in Carolina. He silenced the critics, but that was Carolina. This is the LA Rams, who have a top 5 defense in the NFL. They have a top 5 defense in the NFL. A lot of people might be saying this game's going to be a shootout. I'm going to go in a different direction. I think this is going to be hard-hitting and low-scoring. I think this is going to be a low-scoring football game. I think the Bucks are going to pull it out, and they're going to win this game. But I'm going with the Bucks in a low-scoring game, 20-13 on Monday Night Football. And ladies and gentlemen, those are your NFL Week 11 predictions here on the Big Fight Field channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have not already, subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel. We are just a few subscribers away from 250, so if you could get me to 250 subscribers before Survivor Series, I would very much appreciate that. Comment down below. I want to know your NFL Week 11 predictions. I want to know all the games down below. Who you think is going to win this week? Hit that like button if you like what I had to say in this video. And follow me on Twitter at Colin_Joseph. And I will see you guys tomorrow night for your AEW Dynamite review right here on the Big Fight Field channel. The show looks great. They have hyped it up really well this week. We'll actually talk about how they hyped it up tomorrow. I can't wait to get into it. And I'll see you guys then tomorrow night for your AEW Dynamite review right here on the Big Fight Field channel.